Kashin Koji told Shikamaru, Boruto, and Inojin that Mamushi will attack Konoha in an attempt to devour Eida so he can evolve as a divine tree. To prevent Mamushi's goal from becoming a reality, Kashin Koji has shared all of Mamushi's abilities, including their strengths and their weaknesses, so that Shikamaru could properly plan how to stop him. To increase the chances of success, Shikamaru, Boruto, and Inojin each have a specific role in this mission. Shikamaru is acting as the battle strategist, creating the plans and deciding how the fight should be handled. Boruto is the main fighter, carrying out Shikamaru's strategies while moving around Konoha to directly fight Mamushi. Inojin is using his new ability to detect Mamushi and also allows everyone else on Boruto's team to communicate secretly without being overheard by people in Konoha who still see Boruto as an enemy. In this part of the video series that explains the battle to save Eida from Mamushi, I'll be explaining the strategies Shikamaru has set up and the moves Boruto has made so far during this mission. The first thing Shikamaru did was come up with a plan that included allies Boruto could rely on for this important mission to save Eida. Shikamaru knew that Mamushi's ability to divide himself into multiple clones would be a serious problem for Boruto to handle alone. These clones keep the same strength and chakra as the original Mamushi. Their only weakness are that they lose intelligence and have a lower ability to deal with pain. If Boruto tried to fight Mamushi by himself, Mamushi could split into multiple clones and attack different parts of Konoha at the same time. If that happened, Boruto would not be able to protect everyone and defeat Mamushi, even if he used his Flying Raijin Jutsu, because he cannot be in multiple places at once. By bringing in allies to help Boruto, Shikamaru made it possible for Boruto to focus on defeating Mamushi's clones effectively, without having to worry about other areas of Konoha being overwhelmed by Mamushi's clones. In addition to Inojin, Shikamaru included many powerful allies on Boruto's team. These allies are Shikadai, Eida, Daemon, Sarada, Sumire, Himawari, Chojo, Konohamaru, Mitsuki, Delta, Kawaki, and Amado. To make sure everyone understood the plan clearly, Shikamaru used Inojin's new ability to communicate with the entire team. To help everyone feel comfortable speaking freely, Shikamaru told them that he was using an unofficial off-the-record mind transmission jutsu. This meant that only the people who could hear his voice were members of the current OP team. Shikamaru explained to the team that there were two main reasons why each person had been chosen. First, everyone on the team needed to not be hostile towards Boruto during the upcoming battle. He explained that Konoha still sees Boruto as an enemy who should be captured or killed, and because of this, Shikamaru expected that some people might try to interfere with the mission. While staying alert for enemies, Shikamaru asked every team member to support Boruto inside the village. Second, Shikamaru explained that the mind transfer jutsu they were using was running on a dedicated communication line, made possible by Inojin's new jutsu called the mind transmission formation. Shikamaru wanted everyone to understand how important Inojin's new ability would be to the success of the mission. Shikamaru then explained that the enemy is the divine tree, Mamushi, a monster who can split himself into multiple versions of himself. On top of that, Mamushi can erase his chakra signature, making him very difficult to detect or track. This is where Inojin's new ability becomes crucial. The main difference between Inojin's mind transmission jutsu and the normal version is that while it still allows people to communicate over long distances, it also turns everyone connected to the line into a receiver. This allows them to sense vibrations from objects around them. Every object gives off vibrations with its own unique wave frequency. Shikamaru told the team that the plan was to identify Mamushi's wave frequency and use it to locate Mamushi and all of his clones so they could capture them. Shikamaru and Inojin will figure out the number of enemies and their locations, and then share that information with the entire team. Shikamaru also told everyone that there's a limit to how many people can be connected through the mind transmission formation. This was the other reason why each person had been chosen for the team. On a psychological level, this was done to motivate the selected members and help them understand how important their roles and abilities are for this mission. In short, Shikamaru did this to boost the team's morale, because everyone knew they had been carefully selected. He wanted each person on the team to understand how to fight Mamushi and carry out their assigned role. Because of that, he explained Mamushi's abilities in detail. If you do not know Mamushi's abilities or how to stop them, there's a link in the video description to a video titled The Real Reason Behind Kashin Koji Wants to Protect Eida from Mamushi, which explains everything in full. That video will also appear at the end of this video as a YouTube end screen for you to watch. Boruto knew that he needed to remove the limits on his power. He understands that he cannot let his chakra run too low during long battles, because if that happens, Momoshiki can take control of his body. Since Mamushi can create multiple copies of himself, the fight could last much longer than Boruto would want to. To gain enough power to fight Jura later, and also to fight Mamushi in order to save Eida, Boruto decided to make a deal with Momoshiki. In exchange for access to Momoshiki's power through the Kamasil, Boruto offered Momoshiki full control over his body once Jura is defeated. Because Boruto and Momoshiki's thoughts overlap, they can hear each other's thoughts clearly. When Boruto made the deal, he wanted Momoshiki to listen to his thoughts so he could see that Boruto was serious and not hiding anything. Even though Mamushi finds it annoying that their thoughts are completely open to each other, he knows that neither of them can lie or hide their true intentions. After listening to Boruto's thoughts, Momoshiki realized that Boruto genuinely intends to keep his promise. Boruto then acted like a strategist, clearly explaining their current situation and showing how agreeing to the deal will benefit Momoshiki as well. Because Boruto's arguments were logical and clear, Momoshiki agreed to let Boruto use his power, including the Kama Seal and any other abilities Boruto might need. This means Boruto now has access to all of Momoshiki's abilities. However, Boruto will not use all of them in a single battle, because every fight is different and requires specific skills and techniques that suit that situation. In the second part of this video series, I'll explain the teamwork between Shikamaru, Boruto and their allies. I'll also explain how Boruto was able to use his own skills and techniques together with Momoshiki's power to fight Mamushi during the mission to protect Eida.